A database is a collection of database objects. When you're working with Word and you're working with Excel, you're typically using one file. But Access is a sum of the parts of all the database objects contained within it. Right now I'm going to do an Alt-Tab and I'm going to switch to the Contacts Sample Database in Access. I just want to explain to you briefly what database objects are. In a later lesson, I'll show you how to open up a Microsoft Sample Database just like you see on your screen at the moment. In Access, we have tables, queries, forms, reports, macros, and modules. Modules are more of an advanced Access topic and will not be covered in this series, but I encourage you to continue studying Access and learn about the more advanced features available in Access 2007. Right now, I'm going to open up a table, and on screen, you see a generic table with no records in it. If it helps, think of database objects as such. Tables store data. Queries fetch or retrieve data. Forms help you enter and edit data. Reports help print data on paper or in various formats. And macros and modules help automate your application. In some ways, that's a simple way of looking at things, but that should help you understand the differences. Right now, you still should see the contacts table open in Datasheet view. I'm going to close this one now, and you can see in here I'm opening up a query. Looks very similar to a table datasheet. I'm going to open up a form, and you can see a form looks a little bit different than a table. And reports, here's a way to print data or just view it on screen. I'm going to close that one. And we have macros down here. All of these database objects comprise this one database called contacts. All this information is stored within one particular file, but each database object serves a specific purpose. In part 2 of this series, you'll learn how to create and edit these various database objects to build a complete working database. If these terms seem foreign to you right now, don't panic. I'll help guide you through the process. In a relational database system, remember that all data is stored within tables. This sample database only has one table, so it's a very simple database, but it does provide a good list of all the contacts. I'm going to open that table in Datasheet view. This table has no records in it right now because it's a blank one. In a later lesson, we'll study some databases with a lot of information stored in many tables, and we'll have relationships defined between those tables. So you'll really begin to understand how a relational database system works. For this particular sample, I just wanted to illustrate the various database objects that you'll see. And through each lesson, as we go through this series, you'll begin to understand how all these objects relate to one another.